You can look at it. Is brought to you by the all-new Ford Taurus, a look you've never seen from a name you know well. By Dockers Flat Front Khakis, proud makers of nice pants. And by IBM, solutions for a small planet.
Matt, you said that Craig Hendrick was rushed on that kick, and usually when a guy takes a first step like this, he'll usually be rushed. If you look at that punt, when something like this happens and his first step is like this, I would say he is going to be rushed. That looks like something you do in ballet. When you have to do that, that thing is going to come out of there differently than a spiral.
It looks like something I don't want to try to do. Aikman gets it to Emmitt Smith. Out to the 20.
And we talk about the job that the offensive line has done. And here, this is the first half, and just look at this. Troy Aikman has no pressure on him. He hasn't been sacked yet. He's only been hurried one time. He was only knocked down one time. Has no batted passes, no interceptions, and hasn't been forced to scramble, which is a big one because he said before the game, there's no way I can scramble.
He can't run forward and he can't back out, but he still had a pretty good first half. Emmitt Smith is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Wayne Simmons.
Yeah, one thing Reggie White was going to do is he was going to work on Eric Williams today, because Reggie usually lines up over the tight end and they move him over the guard and the center and the other side. Today he's lined up 34 times, or every snap he's lined up right over Eric Williams. So if the Packers think that there is a weakness in that offensive line, the guy they chose was Eric Williams, and I don't know about that. He may be hurt, but to me he's still one of the best.
Reggie's lined up way outside this time.
Bogo.
Aikman hits Novacek. First down, Cowboys.
And again, you see that time that he had. We're going to watch Eric Williams here. He's going to block Reggie. Reggie's going to try and beat him to the outside, but he can't do it. Eric Williams is watching him all the way. He just gets his hands out there, boom, right there. Then he gives him one more push right there.
Yep.
And that one pushes him beyond Troy Aikman, so Troy Aikman can step up into the pocket.
Dallas first down at their own 33.
Reggie pretty soon is going to use that club and go inside.
This is Emmitt. And Emmitt gets to the line of scrimmage. No more. The Packers have done, with a couple of exceptions, a good job of stopping Emmitt Smith. But
Gabe Wilkins was in there. You see big number 98. He just kind of played like a short yardage defense, where he got down there low and got underneath everything and plugged it up before Emmitt Smith could get to the line or find one of those lanes to run in.
John Yurkovich, number 64, was saying to us yesterday, you stop Emmitt 85% of the time, and all of a sudden he gashes you with one. Here's Aikman. And that's the first time he's been down with the ball today, Reggie White.
And that makes Reggie have his 150th sack.
The all-time leading sacker.
That's the thing, you know, we were talking about at some point he's going to go inside. He'd been lining up wide, and now he started in tight and then just gave that arm under and went around Eric Williams, which is a better way than trying to get out wide and just run around him. See, he got right into him and then just lowered that right arm and went around him.
3rd and 13. Aikman back to throw. Has time. Michael Irvin out of bounds. He came away with the ball, but he was out of bounds.
Greg Newsome was right there with him now. I tell you, you talk to all the Packer defensive players, and they really like this number 21. I think part of it is that the guy is such a competitor. He has so much class, and he has so much confidence. He never did look. I mean, we've seen him in a couple games so far. He never did look like a rookie. And that's a tough job when you're out there one-on-one with Michael Irvin.
John Jett's kick is a good one. Jordan will feel it at the 22. And he is hit immediately. Jim Schwantz down to make the stop.
Reggie White, 150.5 career sacks, the most in the history of the NFL.
Reggie's in the middle of a hurricane on the Packer bench.
getting cooled off.
Let's have a big hand for
Attention to detail and exceptional value. Qualities that have made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck for 18 straight years, and once again made Taurus America's best-selling car. With this kind of success, the next thing you see when you look into a Ford might just be yourself.
Tonight, 4 ordinary guys take a ride on the wild side.
Look, it's a little biker action figure.
Misery loves company tonight after Married with Children.
Dallas leading Green Bay 17-3 in the third quarter. 9:22 left.
What did you say? Reggie White looked like he was in a hurricane there?
Yeah.
The things they have on a football field now. I mean, they got stuff, and you have to have 150 sacks to get it blown right on you.
Here's Favre going deep, and he's got Morgan. And he was out there. Right now for a McDonald's game break. Let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
At the Eagles offense getting healthy against Washington. Pete, quick one to Fred Barnett. That came in the closing minutes of the first half. Eagles up by 7 in the third. Back to Pat and John.
And the Cowboys are up 17-3 at Texas Stadium. 9:16 left in the third, and it's getting to the situation where the Packers need to make something happen.
Well, they just tried. They tried to go on that deep one, and it looked like they had a step, but they just didn't get it there.
Favre will try it again. Underneath. Close to first down yardage, not quite to William Henderson.
Yeah, I think that everyone learned from defense that one of the big things in the NFL today on defense is having speed. And you know, when Jimmy Johnson came here to the Dallas Cowboys, that was the idea. That was a defense that he brought. You know, a defense based on speed of defensive linemen, speed of linebackers and defensive backs. And you can see it today. This is a Dallas Cowboys speed defense.
And it's been copied around the league. Bennett tried to get the first down, and I don't think he got it.
You have to control the line of scrimmage. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys have been doing it all day, and they did it on this short yardage play. You're going to see right here, that's where they have to take it. They have to get that penetration right there. Russell Maryland gets it. They don't get any movement on Leon Lett, and they're trying to run right at Maryland and Lett, and they plug it up. They don't let any movement happen there.
So the Packers will have to punt. Hendrick to Kevin Williams.
Boy, that upsets a coach. When you have that short yardage like that, you get stuffed, and they were stuffed.
Williams. Fumble. And a scramble. And Reggie Barnes came up with it for the Cowboys. 7:43 left to play after that 40-yard punt. Dallas leading 17-3.
The century is ending. The world is waiting. The critics are raving. Roger Ebert calls it one of the best films of the year. Strange Days is a sexy, kinetic thriller. Strange Days, rated R. Friday at theaters everywhere.
When you're Barry Sanders, one of the quickest men in the NFL, some days it seems like no one can catch you.
Hey, coming through. Man, I'm making these wishes.
Now at McDonald's, convert $2 into 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, only for a limited time.
Hey, look who's here. Hey, look at that thing. Slow-mo jump.
Ford introduces the all-new Taurus. For those who see life as a journey and want to enjoy the ride. Its speed-sensitive steering and responsive new suspension help you take new roads with confidence. While the powerful new 24-valve Duratec engine can go up to 100,000 miles between recommended tune-ups, which means you can go as far as your dreams. The all-new Ford Taurus.
Making the dream come true.
Strap yourself in because the wildest ride of them all is about to begin. See why the LA Times called Space Above and Beyond a rock'em sock'em science fiction adventure. Catch a brand new episode tonight at 7, 6 Central here on Fox. Emmitt Smith getting a little rest. Sherman Williams has taken his place. Nothing wrong with him, and he should be back. Except he's tired. Aikman out to Williams. Out of bounds after a pickup of about 3 or 4. Doug Evans made the stop.
Well, you know, Reggie got that sack now, so you know, they talked about it on the sideline, I'm sure, and they said, well, let's calm him down. So now what they're going to do is they're going to give him a little help. They have Eric Williams take away the outside, then they bring Larry Allen down to take away the inside. So now Reggie has to get through on that play to pass rush. He'd have to get through about 650-pound a guy.
At least. Flag on the play as Aikman gets it to Daryl Johnston, who moves into Packer territory.
Yeah, that's what they're doing now. They're having Larry Allen block his guy, let him go, have Donaldson come to that side, then Larry Allen's coming out to help Eric Williams. They're kind of bumping and sliding on that side. Watch it here. Here's Larry Allen. Now, what he's going to do, he's going to hit his guy, then he's going to come out and he's going to help. He's going to help on Reggie White. See him bump, 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 and now come out. Let this guy go to the center, and then they end up with their double team on Reggie White.
Reggie might have jumped.
He did. He doesn't like he doesn't like that being double team. He has to get some advantage.
The penalty was declined after the completion. Here's Aikman back to throw it again. Aikman going deep to Irvin. He's there. Touchdown.
Aikman could hardly get down there to congratulate him. Great pass protection again. That time they get Daryl Johnston in to help block Reggie White. What courage. Here's how they're going to block Reggie White. This time you're going to see Daryl Johnston, number 48. You see him come out of there. Eric Williams has him. Here comes Johnson. If you're going to throw deep, he knows he needed a little extra time. So again, 3 plays in a row, though, they put 2 guys on Reggie White. That's smart football.
Now Boniol for the extra point. Novacek holding. The extra point good. And the Cowboys lead it 24-3. 6:39 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered.
Back at Texas Stadium, the Cowboys leading Green Bay 24-3. Billed, we did, as a battle of first-place teams, and they were when it started. The Packers have yet to look like a first-place team. Shy of the 20 is Charles Jordan. The kickoff coverage is good.
Let's watch this pattern again. Now there's no bump. You see they start in a zone here, and Michael Irvin is going to run right through the zone. If you're going to play zone and you're going to get up there somewhere, you have to throw their rhythm off. You see Newsome just runs back. The safety looks to the inside. Michael Irvin gets in the shadow and just splits and runs right by the 2 guys, the corner and the safety. And Troy Aikman, with plenty of time, makes a perfect throw. And he knows where his protection came from. Look, they're giving each other's punches.
Somewhere when a guy's lined up like that, you got to bump him. Screen pass. Bennett from far to the 24. Russell, Maryland, out to make the stop.
His body's flying all over the place here now.
Last 4 Packer possessions, they started their own 49. And the results have not been that good.
Well, they haven't had the ball. I mean, if you look, they had 4 plays, 2 plays, 4 plays, and 3 plays. And, you know, and anytime you don't have enough plays to do something, then you're not going to do anything. You know what I mean?
Second and 5.
They didn't do anything. Of course, they never had the ball to do anything.
Yeah, you need to run a few plays, a few more than that. Here's Favre back to throw. Chase just threw it up in the air.
What the heck was that?
Out of the pocket. That's the key. He got out of the pocket and then just threw it upfield backhanded.
Yeah, and once he gets out of the pocket, then there's no grounding, but watch the way he throws it away. I mean, that can be dangerous. There's Charles Haley again. Charles Haley's back there causing the havoc. Russell Maryland is just ready to get him, and he kind of threw it sidearm, backways, end-over-end flop job.
Sort of pushed it.
That's what I always say about Charles Haley. I think Charles Haley is the best pass rusher in football. The Cowboys are going to go to the Super Bowl. They need him in there because he can raise more havoc than any player.
Here's Favre back. Pass complete to Chmura. And that gets him a first down. Outside the 45, stopped by Darren Woodson.
And I think that's what the, even though it's 24-3, you still have to think, start getting some first downs so you have the ball, then you get more plays to work with, then you can do more things. When you don't get first downs, then it's all academic.
Got to keep the ball more than 4 plays, 3 plays, 2 plays, whatever.
And then that's all started. If you don't get them blocked, if you don't handle the line of scrimmage, then all those other things are academic.
First down, Bennett the ball carrier on the old Green Bay sweep. Gets into Dallas territory at about the 49. Tony Tolbert spill things.
This is the thing. This is a play that you don't see as much anymore. You're starting to see now. Again, both guards pull, and then the back gets in behind him and stays in relationship with him, and then cuts up off the guard's block. You see the guards pull out there. The back out there has good relationship. Boom! He gets that block right there and goes to break off it. That block wasn't very good, or that was really played well over there on that side by Larry Brown.
Second and 5. Here's Favre. Brooks at the 20.
The Cowboys have done an interesting thing. They've moved Clayton Holmes over to the right side and moved Larry Brown over to the left side. I think part of that is getting ready for Deion Sanders, because Deion Sanders is going to play the right side, and Larry Brown will probably go over and play the left side, and Clayton Holmes will be the 5th or 6th defensive back.
And part of it, too, was the fact that people had started to work on Clayton Holmes.
Yeah, and then passing more to that right side.
3 wide receivers for Green Bay. And Favre back to throw. Man open is Brooks. Out of bounds at the 9, maybe make it the 8.
When you play a right-handed quarterback, though, there are going to be more good passes or more perfect passes thrown to the right than to the left. And you watch Brett Favre here, it doesn't make any difference who's over there. If it's Larry Brown or Clayton Holmes, if they play that far off and give you the out, he should take that thing all day.
First and goal at the 8. They go with 2 tight ends. Still plenty of time, 3:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Green Bay at the door. Favre, pump fake. Batted away by one of the Cowboy defenders. It was intended for Chmura. Or Chmura.
What they were trying to do is they started running him on a short out.
Somebody got a hand up in there.
Like he was going to run the short out, and then he ran the short out and up. It looks like it was Darren Woodson who came across and made that play. No, it was Larry Brown. Hey, we were talking about Larry Brown being back there. They were working on the linebacker, trying to get it on Dixon Edwards, and Larry Brown came in behind him.
3 wide receivers. Bennett gets the carry, and he's down inside the 5 of the 4. Dixon Edwards and Robert Jones.
Mike Holmgren, one of the few head coaches that calls the plays himself. And he talks directly into the microphone to call the play, and then, of course, then that goes right into the helmet of Brett Favre.
3rd and goal at the 4. The throw. Maybe. Far to run. Touchdown Packers.
That's the thing the Packers needed, is just a drive, and it all starts with getting some first downs. Then you get first downs, then you get more plays.
They had hidden the cheese, and now it comes out.
And now it all comes out, and they start high cheesing each other. But you know, you wonder, and you look and you say, why haven't you been doing that all day? Why did you do that? You found something you could do. Why did it take so long to find it? But as you said, they still have plenty of time.
One of the reasons they haven't found it is that Dallas has had the ball all the time.
Because they didn't keep it long enough when they had it.
Right.
They had too many of those 3 and outs.
2:27 left in the third quarter. 24-10, Dallas over Green Bay.
Dr. Pepper presents What a Play! Just what the doctor ordered.
Against the arch-rival Bears, Green Bay was 99 yards away from a score. Stay tuned to see what the Pack ordered up for victory.
No stealing your thunder. No, it can't be contained. You fill me with wonder and cool me off like rain. You're a part of me. That's the heart of me. Without you, I'm just a lonely melody. But together we are harmony. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me.
Robert Brooks was once Sterling Sharp's understudy, no longer. And under the glare of the national spotlight, Brooks cemented his place as leader of the Pack and a place in the Green Bay record book with a 99-yard touchdown reception. The emergence of Robert Brooks, just what the doctor ordered.
Presenting the ultimate tire for your sport utility vehicle, the Michelin LTX. Michelin.
Back at Texas Stadium, 24-10. You believe they just got married yesterday?
No, because how come she still has a dress on?
Well, she's out in public.
Well, the good news is they look like they still like each other.
Yeah. Well, it's only been one day.
Yeah, but I mean, he has to be something. I mean, to get married yesterday and wear a jersey that says number 4 on it, and take his wife the first day that, you know, they're husband and wife, take them to a football game. That's pretty good. Look, they're standing up again.
Taking bows.
Taking bows. She has a Reggie White jersey there.
Yeah.
There's a white wedding dress on, a Reggie White jersey, and a Green Bay cap.
And he's wearing a Brett Favre jersey.
With a sport coat.
Emmitt Smith is back in the game and deep. Aikman gets it outside to Novacek. Out of bounds at the 27 by Wayne Simmons.
Yeah, I think anyone that plays these Cowboys always has to think, you know, what do you do? I mean, do you gang up on the run and take Emmitt Smith away? Then you have Michael Irvin and Jay Novacek. Do you pass rush and try and, you know, cover, and then you have Emmitt Smith running on, and it's a dilemma that you try and mix up, but there's really no answer to it.
2nd and 3. This time it's Emmitt. And he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, and he's following Daryl Johnston most of the time. Again, you know, we said how Daryl Johnston help. I mean, he'll catch a pass, he'll help on pass protection, he leads, and I think of all the tough things that the Cowboys do on offense, I think number 48, Daryl Johnston, does most of the tough things.
There's somebody hitting him on every play.
Well, he has to lead like that last play. I mean, and he leads with his head. I mean, he just runs in and boom, just sticks his head in. He used to be like 6'6".
It's a break when he gets to go with motion. He was out in front of Emmitt Smith again on that play. He was stopped by George Teague.
But he not only blocks, but he blocks well. I mean, that time, you know, I mean, he leads inside. That time he led to the outside on George Kuntz. And, you know, I mean, it's one thing to block. Now, just watch him here. I mean, that's a blocking position. He's going to go out and get the linebacker out there, number 53. I mean, he not only gets out there, but watch him. Boom. He hits him and he knocks him down.
Takes him out of the play.
Because some guys can want to do it and get out there and get around it, but not do it like that.
Here's Aikman. Novacek wide open. Novacek into Packer territory, out of bounds at the 43-yard lines of Green Bay.
Well, that's that layered pass pattern they had. Daryl Johnston was short. Jay Novacek was middle, and Kevin Williams was deep.
29-yard pickup.
That's just a layered thing. So he can look to the short guy, the medium guy, or the deep guy. You see Kevin Williams coming deep. He ran him off deep, and then Jay Novacek was able to come in and get it. What here we're going to have, if we stop it right there, we'll see here's the deep, here's the middle, there's the short. The guy here was the middle guy.
Here's Aikman. Kevin Williams this time.
One thing he will do is he'll move it around. That's the second pass for Kevin Williams. Mostly Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Jay Novacek, but Kevin Williams got his too.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Dallas leading Green Bay 24-10.
Mike Tyson fights live and free on Fox, Saturday night, November 4th.
In 1970, Elton's very first song went gold. Then Rocket Man went gold. Then 103 of his other songs went gold. And now that he's touring with 38 musicians and a small army of stagehands.
And how will you be paying?
Elton's gone gold.
These are gold. Oh, we'll need 371 wake-up calls.
After all, nothing's got the power of gold.
Nothing can stop you. No one can block you. Nothing can get in your way once you've seen the no annual fee NFL Visa card, now available from MBNA America, the exclusive issuer of the NFL Team Visa cards. This card lets you take your favorite team everywhere you take your Visa. How do you get yours? Run, leap, dash. Just get to the phone and call 1-800-NFL-9919. Apply now, because when you use your no annual fee NFL Visa, you get a low introductory annual percentage rate. Plus these crowd pleasers: the NFL 100 Greatest Touchdowns video free, NFL Report, the Insider's Guide, and up to 20% discounts on select officially licensed NFL merchandise. So let nothing get in your way. Call 1-800-NFL-9919 now to apply for your no annual fee NFL Visa with the NFL Shield or any team logo. Call 1-800-NFL-9919 now. Operators are standing by. This is NFL Sunday Ticket.
Ready to start the fourth quarter. Troy Aikman is 21 out of 24, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pretty impressive day for a guy with one leg. Fakes to Emmitt Smith, throws the screen pass to Daryl Johnston, and the Moose has some room. Like we said, he gets hit on every play.
The old Moose only knows one way to go to, and that's straight up the middle. When the Moose gets the ball, there's no moves. He's not going to give you any of that hip stuff or any of that huck and buck. He just gets it and goes straight up the field. Look, the old play fake, sneak the old Moose out to the left here, get a screen pass, boom, a good block there, and then he just runs straight up into anything he can find.
Not many dances.
No, or no hip movement at all.
No.
I mean, it was just straight up and blast.
The Moose hurt Fred Strickland.
Yeah, well, when he
with
gets
that blast.
Watch the blast here. I mean, there's no sideways, there's no hips going, there's no head fake, and there's nothing. There's just straight ahead going until someone knocks you sideways.
And he scatters a few bodies along the way, too.
And then you get up and you say, this is fun. That's what I say. He used to be 6'6". And I don't know. I think he's about like 5'10" now.
I think he is.
Because everything he does, he leads with his head. Yeah, you know, this is part of the thing. Green Bay comes in leading the league in defense, and A lot of those statistical things are who you play.
I
When you
was
play
thinking about that.
Jacksonville, you play the Giants, it's a little easier to lead the league in defense, and then you come in and you play a real offensive team, which the Dallas Cowboys are, and that will change your statistics.
It'll move you down in the standings.
That's when you have like Michael Irvin breaking records, 7 catches already, Jay Novacek 6.
This is Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith, touchdown. And that's pure Emmitt Smith.
And pure poor tackling. They just wore him down. I mean, this big offensive line, this big Dallas Cowboy offense has just worn down this Packer defense. They're just too good for him.
Emmitt's second of the day.
You have to be able to stop the run, and you have to be, I don't care what level, whether you're Pop Warner, you're high school, you're college, you're pro, you have to be able to tackle.
That's sort of the elementary lesson you learn when you first start to play the game.
And that fundamental is going from this game.
And that's too bad. Boniol's extra point is good. 31-10. The Cowboys over the Packers with 14-11 left to play.
Today, modern man is safe, insulated from the elements. We have climate control, home shopping, 500 channels. We can surf the net. We even have cars that are so smooth and quiet, you don't even know you're driving.
Are you free? Are you really free? Are you really, really, really free? Is it you? Is it me? Or is it simply history? Are you free? Are you really free? Are you really, really, really free? Is it you? Is it me? Or is it simply jealousy?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
4th and inches. Coach Bennett, he likes to punt.
Huh? No way. Oh! Check this out. Attention, Coach Bennett. Go for it. Be a man.
Oh, what do you know, Steve? They're going to go for it. Just a reminder, when you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Do you like my new hat?
Kozak drops back to pass.
Jones is open in the end zone.
Throws it to Jones, who drops the ball.
Bad call.
Should have punted.
Yep.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. Drivers wanted. By Wendy's Spicy Chicken Sandwich. Get it while it's hot. And by DirecTV. It's personalized TV.
Remember all that good-looking livestock we saw earlier? Well, that's the guy who lives in the house that owns the livestock that's in that area.
You know, one of those things I saw walk by one time was a longhorn. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that big white one with a big horn, that was a Texas longhorn. When you got longhorns on your spread, you got a spread.
That guy's got a spread, believe me. Jordan.
Yeah, a big part of this is good running. A big part of it is good blocking by the Cowboys. But also a big part of it is just missed tackling. I mean, this is just terrible. I mean, when a guy can run through there and just have guys fall all over on the ground like that, and that causes this.
Every time we play them, they kick our tails, what Reggie says.
And he said it doesn't seem like it's bothering anybody.
Right now, for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
Hey, Pat, Gus Ferrara's hoping to own some property like we've been seeing. He's on his way. The counter boot helps the Redskins to tie up the Eagles at 20-for-all in the third. Right now, let's take it back to Irving, Pat, and John.
Here in Irving at Texas Stadium, it's 31-10. Dallas leading Green Bay. 4 wide receivers for the Packers. 20. Pass complete to Jordan.
And now the Cowboys have to remember to tackle.
Almost broke it.
Yeah, Charles Jordan caught that ball on that slant. That's the way Jerry Rice catches all those slants with the 49ers, where you throw that thing and you hit it on the run, and then you just keep running right through the defense.
And almost every time Jerry Rice catches it, he almost breaks it.
Because he's always thinking of that. I think that, when you talk about the 49ers and Jerry Rice and the Cowboys and Michael Irvin, you're talking about two of the best.
Here's Favre to throw it. Steps up into the pocket, slung around. Haley had him. This is out to Bennett in a foot race with Tolbert. Bennett goes out of bounds. Haley, like he's strained something.
I think he hurt himself on that play, because he did, as you say, he's going to be right here. He makes a good pass rush on Ken Rutgers. You'll see him. He just comes to the outside. He gets that bull rush, you see, and he just ran over Rutgers. And takes Favre, and he got his shoulder in his pants, and Favre went into a spin move. And he came out of the spin move. Look, he went into a spin, and then he turns Charles into a spin. There's two guys doing spinners. But that was a heck of a rush by Charles Haley.
Haley's out. Shante Carver's in. Pass intended for Brooks. I beg your pardon. Clayton Holmes knocked down the pass intended for Mark Ingram.
Yeah, and they put Clayton Holmes. He's over here on this side now, and he's back on his side. Here he is right here. They're going to try and run that post on him, where Mark Ingram is going to come up and then go inside, out, then back in, and Clayton Holmes plays it perfectly. He goes with them all the way, and then right at the end, when he's in the end zone, he jumps underneath it.
That's good play.
That's perfect play.
2nd and 10. Favre back to throw it again. Just threw it in the direction of Brooks, under pressure.
Yeah, he also threw it in the direction of 3 Cowboy defenders. Robert Brooks was the only Green Bay Packer there in the end zone, and the Cowboys had 3 guys on him.
At the end of this game, John and I'll select the Miller Lite player of the game. I don't think there's much doubt about who that's going to be.
No. I think if you didn't pick that guy, where you been?
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
3rd and 10. Favre back to throw. Chased again. Has a man open. It's Brooks. Out of bounds, and it's a catch short of a first down by about a half foot, I think.
One of the things that you probably don't want to do on defense is force Brett Favre to throw ugly, because he can throw ugly well.
He throws ugly better than anybody, I think. He's better ugly than he is when he's got a pocket.
And this is the thing that makes him throw ugly. Chad Hennings just breaks free up the middle, and he just had to either get rid of that ball or he was going to take a big sack. He not only got rid of the ball, but he got rid of it for a completion. And they're measuring to see if it's a first down or not. Again, it's where the ball is when the guy goes out of bounds.
First down, Green Bay. (31-10). Dallas leading.
Now Mike Holmgren goes into that place on the card where it says red zone. He has one area on that card when he has short yardage, goal line, regular plays, first down plays, second down, and one a red zone. And the red zone is in the area that they're in now, inside the 20-yard line.
Just outside the 10, so they can make a first without scoring. Favre. Touchdown. Chmura. Favre back across his body. 11-yard touchdown pass.
We're just saying that Brett Favre can throw ugly better than anyone. I think if you were playing him, you'd probably want to keep him in the pocket and make him throw on rhythm. Watch him here. He's going to get rushed out, and this is where he's dangerous. He pumps. Now he has to start to run. And again, I think he throws better on the run than anyone. That one was kind of like a John Elway, where you run into the right. You have to have a strong arm to do that. running to the right, throwing across your body to your left.
Jacke for the extra point. Flag on the play. Cowboys, I believe, are offsides, so they'll decline this.
Brett Favre has had success throwing against his Cowboy defense. Remember, Thanksgiving, he threw 4 touchdown passes against them.
Well, he's got a record streak going. Where he's thrown.
Number 47 on the defense. The extra point is good. Be 5 yards on the kickoff, and that's a timeout.
Well, it's just rolling to the right, throwing across his body, and putting a zip on it.
Chmura with the touchdown pass catch.
Let's have a
12:20 left to play. Dallas 31, Green Bay 17. Packers ready to kick off. Back deep for Dallas, Kevin Williams and Brock Marion. It's going to be Williams. At the 1 with some room through about the 23-24 yard line, where the Cowboys will take over. This game presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League is prohibited.
Well, we're going to see here if Reggie White's speech did any good. I mean, he was really upset the last time the Cowboys had the ball and went down and scored. He was wondering if anyone cared.
He said, no, every time we come here, they beat us like this. And nobody cares. Here's Aikman. He's hit just as he lets it go. The pass incomplete, intended for Irvin.
And they're keeping Reggie over on that left side defense, but that right side offense of the Cowboys is really good. I mean, Eric Williams, I've always said before he got hurt, is the best offensive lineman in football. And this guy who's lining up right next to him, that's Larry Allen. Here's Eric Williams. But this guy is becoming one of the best guards in football. I mean, and he just gets square on him, too. And when Larry Allen gets square on you, you don't have any more penetration.
You usually go the other direction. Second and 10, that's Emmitt Smith. About a 4 or 5 yard pickup stop by Leroy Butler.
But I would think right now, if I had to take a young guard, you know, that I was going to build a team around, I think I'd take Larry Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, even that last play there, just the way he fires out and run blocks, you know he can pass protect.
Plus, he's got the same thing that Eric Williams has got. He's got a little bit of a mean streak.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough side. I mean, that, you know, Nate Newton was saying over on his side, he and Tuanay try and work everything out and intellectualize it. He said on the right side, they just aggressive it.
Nate said they intellectualize it?
Intellectualize it, yeah. He says they'll have a meeting, you know, and Hudson Hawk, the offensive line coach, said, what do you do? And Nate said, I take this guy, we go here. He said, on the right side, Larry Allen says, we just block it aggressive.
31-17. Back at Texas Stadium, Pat Summerall with John Madden, 31-17, Cowboys over the Packers. Michael Irvin splits wide left. 3rd and 5. 3 wide receivers. No flag. Aikman, Novacek incomplete, and the Cowboys will have to punt.
Well, that's the thing that the Packers needed, because they're 2 touchdowns down. They know that they have to get a touchdown, get the ball back, get another touchdown to tie. So the first thing you have to do is stop them. They did that. And the next thing they got to do is go down and score a touchdown.
That's John Jett, the Dallas punter. Back deep for Green Bay in the bright sun is Charles Jordan.
And the punt is coming out of the shade.
Yeah. Might be tough to handle back there. High kick coming right out of the sun. Jordan handle. To the 34-yard line. Bjornsson down to make the stop.
Green Bay. There's the offensive line. They've done a heck of a job today. Eric Williams, you see they always sit together. I mean, Williams is outside, Allen's inside, and Nate Newton sits over there with Tuanay. Now, if you look at the sweat contest today, Pat, Mark Chmura, he had none. Nate, I would say, was second, sweat going down the leg. Larry Allen's third, he has a little here. And then the winner is Eric Williams. His sweat went all the way down from his waist, all the way down to his knees.
The champion. Here's Favre back to throw. Chased by Haley, gets away from Haley. Favre to Bennett, who makes the catch. At the 35-yard line of Dallas.
This Brett Favre is something, and if you force him to run, and Charles Haley did, Charles Haley is lined up on he's coming from the right side, and right there, he forces him out to move. He starts to move out, and then, again, I think he does that better than anyone. Just running right or left, looking at a guy, and then his receivers do well, too, because they know when Favre starts to scramble, he's looking for all of them.
That's a heck of a catch by Bennett, who gets the carry down to about the 31-yard line of Dallas. Cowboys leading 31-17, 10-18 left to play.
And that's plenty of time for the Green Bay Packers. I mean, they have time to score and then kick off and still not have to onside kick and get the ball back again. I think Barry Switzer's starting to feel this one now.
Yep.
I think he felt he had the game under control until the Packers scored, and then their Packer defense stopped them.
2nd and 5, Favre. Not much there. Clayton Holmes playing defense.
If you look at Brett Favre, when he was in the pocket, 17 times, 3 completions out of the pocket, 17 in the pocket, 29 attempts in the pocket, 6 outside the pocket, 69 yards, again, when he's been outside the pocket, and the 1 touchdown.
3rd and about 6. Big 5, call it, big down. 4 wide receivers for Green Bay. They give the ball to Bennett, and he looks like he got first down yardage for Green Bay. Stopped by Bill Bates.
Yeah, Bates is in there because, again, it was 3rd down, and they were playing the pass. They had their nickel defense in with Bates in there. In fact, they have a defense that they call nickel Bates, where Bates is in there really as a middle linebacker. And one of the things that Mike Holmgren was talking about yesterday was running when you're supposed to pass and passing when you're supposed to run. And that time, he just ran when he was supposed to pass.
9.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter in the game. Dallas up 31-17. That's enough for a first down.
You notice how Red Cashin, the referee, if the visiting team gets a first down, he doesn't say anything.
Right.
And when the home team gets a first down, he really gives you that first down. He didn't give that at all. He was quiet on that one. You notice that?
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at about just outside the Dallas 25. Favre trying to get the attention of the rest of his players. The crowd's loud. And that's that problem you were talking about.
That's where it is. And a lot on passing play and pass protection. Earl Dotson, the right tackle, moved on that one, number 72.
For the snap, bold start. Number 72 on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
Again, that's the toughest thing because you can't hear, so then you have to anticipate, and you know you have to pass protect. Boy, that is tough.
Favre gets him out quickly. Clock running now with 9:09 left. Bennett in motion. Favre back to throw it. For Brooks. Juggling, no catch. He went out of bounds. He held on, but he was on the back of Clayton Holmes as he went out of bounds.
The official gave that up and down with the hands, and what that usually means is that he caught the ball, but he didn't have control when he was in bounds. He was bobbling it. I don't know. The ball breaks the plane there, and what the official was saying he didn't have control of it. But again, where did the ball break the plane? See, if the ball just breaks the plane, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a heck of a catch.
Right here, when it goes across, I don't know if that's not a touchdown. I mean, he was in the end zone with the ball.
Favre gets it to Brooks again. He gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, stopped by Clayton Holmes again. Holmes has started to play better.
Well, you know, they put him over on the right side for a while, and they put Larry Brown over on his side, and then they switch back. And whether the Packers are working on Clayton Holmes, or like you say, maybe Brett Favre just being a right-handed quarterback, probably just throws more to the right, which I think the Packers do.
Third down. 3 wide receivers for Green Bay. Haley jump. Haley wraps up Favre. But I think Charles is offside.
Yeah, but he still played it like a football player. Yeah. I mean, he knew that he jumped off sides and the whistle blew and he stopped. I mean, he didn't give one of those stupid things where you throw the guy to the ground.
Neutral zone violation, number 94 on the defense. 5 yards, still third down.
And that's why Charles Haley's a tough guy, because tough guys do things like that. I think the other guys, when they jump offside and slam a quarterback, I don't think that's a tough act.
That's a cheap shot.
That's a cheap shot, yeah.
Third down. After the penalties marked off, they need about 5 still. They're 7 out of 12 on third down conversion.
And again, they need 2 touchdowns, so they got 2 downs here. They're going to go third down and fourth down if they don't make it.
Sure. Favre comes out, keeps the ball. Favre headed for the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
That's one advantage your quarterback has. He can use that ball to make a move, and he made a move on Brock Marion. He was past the line of scrimmage, and he gave Brock Marion, number 31, a pump fake. Marion went for it, and then Favre just went in the end zone.
Scrambling touchdown by Favre, and this is a dandy.
He is some competitor. But watch him as he gets past the line of scrimmage. See, he had nothing there. Now watch, he's past the line of scrimmage. You see that pump fake?
Yep.
That just held Brock Marion there, and then he ran right into the end zone.
Sure did. Jacke's extra point is good, and it's 31-24, still with 8:13 left to play.
No stealing your thunder, brother days.
Remember all that good-looking livestock? Terry Bradshaw thinks they're good-looking.
I tell you, I knew that spread had to be owned by a big man.
Yep. The lake, the house, the ducks, the willow trees, the livestock, and the guy with the bad arm.
And he played hurt, too. He just had surgery on his, I think, his shoulder and his wrist.
And his wrist, yeah.
Tell you, he was tough against us in the Oakland Raiders for years and years. One of the toughest I ever played against.
Clayton Holmes bringing it out of the end zone. Clayton Holmes. Outside the 40, about the 44.
Well, watch the touchdown again here, but watch the double that they do on Charles Haley. Edgar Bennett, number 34, comes up and really, boom, he really picks him off there. Ooh, he turns him sideways. Wow. That was a triple team on Haley.
And there's the pump fake by Favre. This first time in his career he has rushed for 2 touchdowns in the same game.
Brett Favre is a competitor.
31-24. Pitch back to Emmitt Smith. Emmitt midfield. Got about 6. Joe Kelly made the stop.
You wonder if that talk that Reggie gave about a half hour ago is still working.
That's about as emotional as you'll see Reggie get.
Well, you know, and it was after that touchdown by Emmitt Smith where they had 3 or 4 missed tackles and the Cowboys just marched right down the field on them. And they knew that, you know, and Reggie knew, and the whole Packer team knew that if we're going to be in this game, we got to stop them so we can get the ball back for our offense, because their offense can move the ball against this Cowboy defense.
Reggie said, you guys don't seem to care. Here's Aikman back to throw. Gets it outside to Novacek. A little bit short of the first down. Run out of bounds by Leroy Butler. Today's game being produced by Bob Stinner, directed by Sandy Grossman. The studio was produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill.
I think when you play defense against the Cowboys, you have to start in that first quarter with a sense of urgency. You can't wait for the urgency to set in the second half, because by then they'll lay you away.
By then the operation's almost over. Novacek. Did he get it? A little bit short.
4 links, 4 chain links.
Straight chain links. No kinks.
So everyone has a play for 4 chain links.
Well, if you have a healthy quarterback, you think a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, but that's the last thing that the Cowboys are going to run today. I mean, I think this has to be one where you get Daryl Johnston leading and you get Emmitt Smith carrying the ball when you're 3rd and 4 lengths.
That would be what you'd think of.
E. Smith is a 4-linker.
Yeah.
I don't know. This may be a play pass, though.
Yeah, it could
because they're spending a long time in the huddle calling the play. And you don't spend a long time in the huddle calling a running play. I wouldn't be surprised if this were a play pass, where you fake the run and throw a pass.
It's Smith deep. Daryl Johnston in front of it. Smith. And he got the first down.
They just took a long time to say, Emmitt, well, I'll hand it to you, and you follow Daryl Johnston in there.
Maybe they all didn't know what 4 links was.
They just get in there behind Nate Newton and Ray Donaldson and Larry Allen and follow number 48, and you'll pick up more than 4 links.
31-24. Clock running, 6.5 minutes left. 2 tight ends. Here's Aikman back to throw it. Incomplete, intended for Michael Irvin. Right now, let's send you back to Hollywood for James Brown and a game break.
Seesaw there at Soldier Field. Pat, take a look. Eric Kramer play action as he tosses his 3rd touchdown pass. This one to Ryan Wetnight. 24-20 Chicago in the 4th. Back to Pat and John.
31-24 Dallas in the 4th at Texas Stadium. Pat Summerall with John Madden. 2nd and 10 to Green Bay 43. Packers need the ball. 6:17 left. Aikman's voice squeaked a little bit, didn't it? Here's Emmitt Smith, and he tripped and fell down.
Oh, and he had one too,
yes,
because Michael Irvin had a block for him. That one's not going to be funny right now. It's going to be funny during the week. But watch this one again. We see here's Emmitt Smith here, and he's going to start. Here's Michael Irvin down here. He gets a good lead block again by Daryl Johnston. The missed tackle and a good move. And watch right here. He has a block here by Michael Irvin. Had he gotten by, in fact, I don't know if that was a block. That looked like a kind of a necktie takedown.
3rd and 3. Quick count. Emmitt goes. The last twist might have gotten it. George Kuntz.
Yeah, that's
bottom of the tackle, excuse me.
That's a nice thing about having a big offensive line and a great running back. You know, which comes first? Does the offensive line make the running back make the offensive line? But that combination really takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback. And when you have to take time off the clock, control the ball, to have that combination on your side, that's super.
They'll measure for the first down. 5:20 left, as you pointed out. Another good lead block by Daryl Johnston on the run where Smith tripped.
Troy Aikman's even starting to sweat like those linemen. Troy Aikman has more sweat down the back of his pants than Mark Chmura does.
That'll help that leg strain he's got.
Look at that. Eric Williams still the winner. Larry Allen, he's close. Donaldson is good.
Donaldson's catching up.
Yeah, Nate not as much as you would expect, and Mark Chmura dry.
2 tight ends. Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, that run there was like Jimmy Johnson was talking about at halftime, how when he used to coach the Cowboys, how they would just sit back there and marvel, even in practice, how he could find lanes. And that one he did. I mean, he started on that run at about 4 lanes before he ended up in the one that he was eventually going to stay in.
Over 100 yards again, 2 touchdowns.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Remember his first 7 carries, he had 7 yards.
And Jurkovic was talking about it yesterday too, saying you stop him, you stop him, you stop him, and all of a sudden he'll pop one. He'll have another chance. He won't pop this one.
I'll tell you, talking about pop, look at 93 there for the Green Bay Packers. There's a big man, Gilbert Brown.
Yes, he is.
Weighs about 345 pounds.
Well, you ask them how much he weighs, and they'd laugh.
Yeah, he got.
They say we'll go with what it says on the card, which is 325.
Well, he's wearing that extra shirt under there, and the thing on the left, and
3rd down, about 4. 5, call it. Aikman. Pass caught by Irvin.
You know, he just makes it look so easy.
Yep.
I mean, he's getting to an area that he's in, a zone or whatever you call it, the way Joe Montana was when Joe Montana was at his best. You know, that he's doing what everyone else does, but he just makes it look so easy. There's Michael Irvin on that slant. Just get inside his guy and then use his body to shield the defender off.
And the ball's right there.
Yeah, perfect.
Another big day for Irvin. Emmitt Smith, the safety men converge. Leroy Butler.
But that's the thing, and Ernie Zampese has really called a good game for these Cowboys too. That you know, everything is mixed up. I mean, by the time you think, oh, they're just going to give you a heavy dose of Emmitt, boom, here comes Michael Irvin. Then you think, well, they're going to throw it to Irvin, and they throw it to Novacek. Then you think, well, they're just going to throw, and then boom, here comes Michael Irvin again.
Cowboys have had the ball about 5.5 minutes on this drive, and the clock is running, and that's what you have to do.
And that's when again, that goes the big offensive line, the good blocking fullback, and the great running back.
To Corey Fleming, the intended receiver, knocked down by Doug Evans. That'll stop the clock with 2:11 left to play.
Well, we just showed a picture of Ernie there, and Ernie wanted to take a shot. I mean, that's one thing about being an offensive coordinator or a play caller. You can't get into a rut. You can't call what the defense expects you to call. And you always have to go against the tendency. And you have to self-scout. You scout yourself to know how you're calling them, and then you call against how you've been calling them, if you're around as long as Ernie Zampese's been.
The 12th play of the drive coming up. They look a little uncertain, and they're going to take a timeout, which is the last thing they wanted to do. Cowboys call timeout. They have 1 left. Don't forget again next week. Exciting NFL doubleheader action. The 49ers take on the Colts. The Cowboys battle the Chargers. Plus other exciting regional action. It all begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area. John and I, as I said earlier, will be in San Diego with the Cowboys next week.
Yep, start back tonight, go back to California, go through all the way through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, then back down to San Diego.
You go back home or go right to San Diego?
No. Go back home, then down to San Diego. Always stay on the ground, though.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That I know.
Reggie White was telling me yesterday that he's going to have his wife, Sarah, fly, and maybe I'll fly again because Reggie has a bus like mine, and when he bought it, he drove it, and his wife, Sarah, drove it. So then when I was at Green Bay, I drove it. So now it's tricky because he said Sarah's going to fly.
You think, did I hear you say you might fly?
No, I said that's the end. I said, I'll do one, I'm not going to do it again.
Emmitt Smith. Tripped up and run out of bounds. finally stops the clock again with 2:05 left.
Boy, someone else went heels overhead on that one. One of those guys down there that holds something. That has that stripe stuff on. Did you see him?
Yeah. He wasn't holding it very long.
No. I mean, I don't know. They got too many guys back there. Watch him. I mean, he gets it. He gets it right there. Look.
Yep.
He goes head. No, he went knee, then head, then heels overhead.
He got up with it. He didn't lose his card, though.
No, whatever that chart is that he's keeping, they're not going to knock that out of his hands.
4th down. This is Boniol. Novacek holding 35 yards away. And it's good. And that would bring a little sigh of relief to the head coach's head. And we've got the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. Dallas by 10 at Texas Stadium.
I am not what I wear. I'm not a pair of pants or a shirt.
This Alien Nation, Body and Soul, on the Fox Tuesday Night Movie.
There's 2 big reasons for a lot of Cowboy wins, isn't it?
Yep. Jordan lost the ball in that bright sunlight and let it bounce out of the end zone, so the Packers will take over at their own 20.
And that was a big drive for the Cowboys, and it was a bad defense for the Packers because they were within a touchdown. And then, of course, that drive, they didn't stop them, and the Cowboys were able to get that field goal. So now the Packers need 2 scores with 2 minutes left.
Troy Aikman, the Miller Lite player of the game. I don't think there's much question about that.
I don't think from the moment he walked out on the field, just walking out on the field, he should be the player of the game.
Here's Favre. Almost a diving one-handed catch by Antonio Freeman.
That's what happens when you're a great player and you're not playing. Boredom sets in quickly.
Well, when you're in Tallahassee last night to have your jersey retired and you're back on the sideline at Texas Stadium the next afternoon, that has something to do with it.
I wonder how Deion decides what to wear. I mean, how does he know that's what he's going to put on when he comes out here?
Here's Favre back to throw. Under pressure. Flag on the play. He gets the pass off. It's incomplete. But a flag thrown on the play.
You know what I don't understand about Charles Haley is that, you know, he's playing so much and he didn't start. You know, I mean, to me, the guy is a great player and he can play, then you ought to play him. And if he can't play, you shouldn't play him. But here he is with 2 minutes left to go in the game. In fact, he's just going out now, but he's still playing.
Holding, number 75 on the offense. 10 yards, still second out.
Holding called against Ken Rutgers, whose job it was to block Charles Haley. Haley is out, walks off on the other side.
And, you know, and he'll, you know, talking about causing havoc, being in the backfield, he'll also cause that. I mean, he'll cause the other guy to have more penalties than anyone because they'll have to hold him to block him, and they don't want to get beat by the quickness, so they'll start early a lot. But, I mean, getting back to the other things, he couldn't start. It wasn't good enough to start, but he sure played a heck of a lot.
A minute 48 left, 2nd and 20. Favre throws. Intended for Mark Ingram, who stumbled, and it's incomplete. And here comes Haley back.
You know, and Friday he didn't practice. He was kind of down. Then yesterday is up. This is his son, CJ. He had his birthday party. Look at all the stuff. They brought this to the practice field at the Cowboys practice.
Good group there.
Yeah, good group. Here's George, the guy in the middle there leading songs. That's Charles Haley's brother, George, leading everyone in happy birthday to CJ.
Pretty good haul.
That was a good haul. Good day.
Here's Favre back to throw. Incomplete again. 2 Packer receivers close together. Charles Jordan, the intended receiver. Brett Favre had 12 straight games with 2 or more touchdown passes. Today he has 1. He rushed for 2. but his consecutive streak is in danger. They're going to punt.
And of course, those are things that, you know, just happen over a player's career, and you don't think about or go for. I mean, the only goal that Brett Favre had today was to beat the Dallas Cowboys.
To win the game. Hendrick to punt from his own end zone, and it's a dandy. Clayton Holmes fields it, trips momentarily, and now he's off to run. Up close to midfield. Dallas has one timeout left. The Packers have all three of theirs. With a minute 26, the clock stopped now on the change of possession. Don't forget the NASDAQ stock market postgame report with JB and Terry and scores from around the NFL.
You know, I think that calf muscle of Troy Aikman is just getting tired now, because you can see just coming on and off the field that each time he comes on and off the field, he's just limping more.
I asked him the other day if he ever thought about just resting, not playing today and not playing against San Diego and then the bye week, and he said, I've only got 16 chances. There's the Moose.
And if he were thinking of resting, he wouldn't be Troy Aikman.
That's right.
That's not a bad deal. I mean, finally at the end of the game, they've had the Moose catching passes. They've had him pass protecting. They've had him run blocking. Look at him. He got a hole in his jersey right there. That whole right shoulder of that jersey's kind of worn out, isn't it?
Wouldn't you figure that?
Yeah, and then they finally give him the ball at the end of the game and let him get a first down. Pad his stats.
That jersey looks like a quilt.
No, but there's a lot of guys that could be the MVP of this game. I mean,
That's
Troy
true.
Aikman, obviously, but Daryl Johnston played like heck today.
Sherman Williams. Stopped by George Coons.
And again, you wonder, you know, talking about Daryl Johnston, how many lead blocks a body has in it. I mean, they're still doing it. I mean, here it is, 27 seconds to go, and look at him. I mean, he's still, boom, he's still coming in there. That back's still following him, running right through.
And it's still effective.
Yeah, I know it.
And how long has he been doing it?
But, you know, it's one of those things for a coach. It's easy to call, but it's hard for a fullback to do it.
You have to have a special temperament. And there he goes again. The Moose is helping his average.
I think the Moose is going to be glad to take this one to the house and get in that shower.
There's Charles Haley, Barry Switzer. Another victory for him, 34-24 over the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers, as they have indicated many times leading up to this game, are tired of coming to Texas Stadium and losing.
Well, you know, we talked about the lines, and they had to win it at the line of scrimmage, and the Cowboys just won it at the line of scrimmage today.
Eric Williams and Reggie White. There's Troy Aikman.
They had a heck of a battle. Eric Williams was fighting out with that calf that whole time, you know, fighting to keep that thing straightened out.
Reggie White.
Block Reggie.
Derek Kennard next to him. And Reggie has well-deserved and should be a lot of respect when things are over.
Where they're registered, I'd really like to send something out. We'll FedEx that as soon as possible. All right, the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys, they have a glorious history dating back to the Ice Bowl of 1967. Recent history tells us the Cowboys have burst that Packer bubble the last 2 seasons. Now, beating Green Bay 4 times in that span, twice in the playoffs, twice regular season, all of that done at Texas Stadium. And look who was back in charge. Troy Aikman, strained right calf and all. And there's Jay Novacek from 10 yards out of the touchdown, and Dallas off and running at 7-0. Dallas on the 1, Emmitt Smith. Watch this, goes up and over, leads with his shoulder and his head there. He was shaken up on that play. A touchdown nonetheless, 17-3. Dallas out in front and gets the escort off from the playmaker. Dallas has the football on the 48, 1st and 10, and Troy Aikman is going to go deep. And Leroy Butler, the Packers safety, said, hey, Michael Irvin's always pushing off. Must have pushed off on that play. There's a touchdown, 24-3. Dallas in charge. Dallas ball in the 16th. Emmitt. That is the touchdown. 31-10 at that point. It looked like Dallas had put it away, but no. Brett Favre. Brett Favre out and firing to... Deion Sanders makes a play. Gee, I can't wait to get in there. Now Reggie White trying to fire up the Packers here. The Packers saying, look, we're in this ball game. Come on, let's keep doing the things we have to do. And so they respond, at least offensively. Brett Favre stepping up. Watch this. The pump fake. He's way past the line of scrimmage. Number 31, Brock Marion bit on that in a big way. That is a touchdown, 31-24. But the Pack could not get a stop on Dallas. Chris Boniol with the 35-yard field goal, and that pretty much summed up the ball game. 34-24, Dallas comes away a winner. Aikman on the bad wheel, 24-31, 316. 10 300-yard games in his career, 4 come against the Pack. Brett Favre, the 2-game touchdown streak of passes is broken at 12 now, so he'll share that record. He ran for a couple of TDs. Fantasy facts, these are the old Dallas